If you want to be creative and you're seeing the people around you creating all of these things and you're wondering why you are not on that same creative track, I want you to look around at the people in your life. Are they takers? Are they taking more than they're giving back? Are you involved in trauma bonds or painful toxic dynamics where you're consistently having to show up and give away your light and bolster the people up around you? Because if you are, you don't have any space now for yourself. You don't have any space to pour that energy, that beautiful creative energy, back into yourself. You cannot create when you're in a place of dysregulation. You cannot create when you're in a place of runner-chaser dynamics or stress or agitation. So you just know that, point blank, you can't have both. You have to start regulating your nervous system. And if you have people around you that are toxic and that are takers and are not giving back what you're giving to them, A, you're dysregulated, and B, you have nothing left for yourself. When I left a narcissistic relationship 2 years ago, that was really a pattern of my whole life, but it was so bad that it finally woke me up to my pattern. And I could look back and see that all my relationships were this way. It was me giving. It was them taking, them refusing to heal, them never leveling up for me. And when I finally realized that pattern, I looked around and I saw all my friends were takers. I was the one planning all the birthday parties. I was the one doing the most. I was the one pouring into them and loving them and picking them up off the floor when they were going through hard times. When I was going through that bad breakup 2 years ago, where quite literally I was raw and everything had been taken from me and I was at my lowest, it was crickets. They were nowhere to be seen. And I started to realize the pattern goes out from your heart throughout your entire life. So you're going to see it in your love relationships. You're going to see it in your friendships. You're going to see it in your family relationships. You're the one that's always giving. You're the one that's always pouring yourself into other people and they're not returning. Okay? Know that that's a pattern. There are people out there that will give back to you what you give to them. When I recognized that my friends were this way, I realized that my one friend that I've had since I was 8 was the one that always showed up for me. When my sister died, she was on the plane a minute after she died and came to be with me and sat with my family at the funeral. And she flew, across the state to come be with me when my husband proposed to me. She showed up at my wedding. She paid for my entire wedding party reception dinner. I didn't ask her to do it. She stole the check from the server and paid it. And this isn't about money, it's about effort. It's about, this is a friend that shows up for me every single time I need her and then some, okay? And I have one of those, I might add. If you want to be the most popular person in the room, then you're not going to have a lot of great quality people around you, okay? Because most people out here are selfish and they're takers. So it's going to be a diamond in the rough. So pour your energy and your time in those friends and be single until you meet a partner that reciprocates, that gives you the world. That's what my husband does now, and he's done it from the very first date. He's never wavered. He's been consistent. Anytime we have an issue, he says, what can I learn from this? How can I level up from this? I want to hear you. I want to do better. That is a partner that is here for you, that is giving you the same energy and time that you're giving to yourself. And as soon as I leveled up all the relationships around me, flood of creativity. Okay, and it doesn't mean I wasn't alone for a long time. I was alone for a good 6 months. Wasn't hanging out with the selfish friends, got rid of the dusty boyfriend, and I didn't have anybody. I was home alone. But you know what I was doing? Creating. I had a rush of creativity, a rush. I created a course. I wrote a book. I went viral on this app multiple times. I'm working on an invention. The list goes on. I'm not here for the clout. I don't need to give you a laundry list, but suffice it to say, it was the most creative I'd ever been in my entire life. And I'm still on that train, baby, because as you surround yourself with good people that give back to you what you put out, finally, you'll be creative for the rest of your life and it never stops.